morning, good afternoon, and good night. My name is Zaza Mambo Ish, and we are reporting live behind the veil, beaming from the planet Earth. Today's discussion, protection and the sacred divine, what some would call the sacred whore. So let's get into it. But first, you guys, we're gonna let some people come into the room slowly but surely, but let's get our mind, bodies, and soul right before we really get into this discussion about protection and the sedge of the sacred divine. Let's do it. To all of my YouTube replay watchers, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. How's everybody doing today? Welcome, welcome. Come on into the room. Come on into the room. It's gonna be a juicy one. Let's meditate first, you guys. As you meditate, take deep breaths from your root, relax, and breathe in. deep into meditation. And if you know of dragon breath or have been trained with dragon breath, you can then use that to end your meditation. Open the doors. May love, energy, and positivity be shared in between. And may all negativity be blocked and move on to the next portal. Welcome to this sacred space, cleansed, purified, and ready. Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. Blissed in fire, blissed in fire, blissed in fire to you. Welcome to MedusA Healing Core, where we build the mind, body, and soul to exhilarate the sleeping zombie mind of the slave and transmute it into the power embodiment of the, how we call, absolute power of there's no negatives. My name is Zaza Mambo Ish. I am master, teacher, and forever student, beaming from the planet Earth. And today, you guys, did you know that in the lives, we cannot use the word weapon and sacred whore? I tried, because that's what we're talking about today. You guys share if you know of any individuals that want this spiritual information, but you cannot title your video weapon or sacred whore. And I think that's funny and hilarious. And it also affirms that the algorithms of TikTok have nothing to do with human definitions and have more so to do with spiritual energy, with ether, with plasma. This is going to be a long one, you guys. So grab your pad and pen, grab your drink, grab your smoke, whatever you want, because this is going to be a long one. First, we're going to talk about weapon. First, we're going to talk about protection. I don't want to get banned today. First, we're going to talk about protection. And then we're going to talk about the sacred divine, which is the sacred whore. But weapons is something we use to protect ourselves. And I found out some crazy information driving through one of these states, and I am baffled and bemused. But first, let me say good morning to everyone before I zone out and get started. Bliston Fire, hey Black Zis, thanks for coming through. User 277, thank you so much for coming through. Thank you. User 227 says, you are so very attractive mentally and physically. Thank you, God or Goddess. I appreciate you for that comment. Welcome, welcome. Order ITC. Thanks for coming through. You guys, this is a heavy one. And I wanted to make sure that I had all of the information ready to give you guys. Because when it comes to this etheric information, not enough channels are vibrating the information that humans need to elevate their mind and come out of the slave mentality. Do not get it confused. I don't care if you have no bank account or 10 million in the bank account. There are plenty of humans who have this very slave-like mentality. It doesn't matter your fiat money that's backed by nothing. It is the jewels and the gems that you place in your third eye and all of your chakra systems that what makes you wealthy. Remember, you guys, in this realm, they flip everything on its ass, and what's up is down. What's bad is good. So understand that as you live, the only way you can ascertain or regain your sovereignty, your wealth back, is by working on self-love, self-mastery, self-sufficiency. Once you start working within your self-supremacy, your absolute mind, body, and soul, it will not matter how much money is in your bank account. You will always be wealthy. You will always not be alone, and you will always be taken care of. Now, you guys, before I start the true lecture, which is the sacred divine, I found out some crazy information. Yes, I did. I found out some crazy information. I found out that in the state of Georgia, the governor just passed a law where, listen, babies, listen, where you do not need a license to carry a firearm. Let's get into it. Put your comments in on what you think from you. I would like for you to send in your laws when it comes to the state that you're into, because I know my lives reach as far as England. I just found out driving through Georgia that the mayor of Georgia just passed 1 month ago. Hear me now, baby girls and baby boys. 1 month ago, that you now do not need a license to carry a firearm. That's what I'm gonna call it, a firearm. Now, Ishera, how did you find that out? Look, I'm a cosmic traveler. I'm a single woman. Yes, I do have a taser, but I'm at the point in my life where I want to learn how to shoot a firearm, even though I am a dark goddess, the darkest you'll ever find. But my energy is a lot more love and light, and I am not really aggressive like that, and I don't exude the aggressive energy. But as a healer, as a single mom, as a businesswoman, as a cosmic traveler, I believe that the world now is getting heavy and getting more dark, and we single women have to, hear me now, have to protect ourselves. I just remember watching a report where a girl turned down two boys at the corner store when they tried to make a pass at her. And then the two gentlemen, it doesn't matter what race they are, because it's more than just one race getting ignorant and allowing these outside demonic energies to affect their mind, body, and soul. They then decided to kidnap the girl who kindly turned them down with their advances. Right now, during these C times, you guys know what the C is. During this C times, people are getting more aggressive. People are getting more ignorant. People are killing and maiming. So I realized that even though I hate guns, I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. As a single mother and a woman who runs her own business, it's a smart idea for me to learn how to use one. So Spirit actually reared me into one of the gun shops as I was driving through the state. And I went in to ask questions regarding the classes they said they offered to learn how to shoot a firearm. Now, I also wanted to know the prices, because my family, we just don't buy. We have strict budget, because when it comes to building a legacy, and you're on a strict budget, you have to watch every penny. That's why we love Walmart. We love it here. So keep in mind that when you're talking about firearm, each state is different. So when I found out that just 1 month ago, that the mayor in Georgia changed the law, and now anybody in Georgia can carry a firearm, it has literally, I feel like I want to cry, you guys, because it has literally now changed me, how I deal with people around me. Because now that I know that anybody can carry a gun, I have to not be afraid, because this is going to actually cause one or two things. You're either going to be afraid or you're going to be alert. I'm not really into fear. I spent my whole life in the spiritual game of building my mind, body, and soul to always face fear. But I'm always alert as the masculine warrior that I am. And when I went into the gun shop to get the information, and the guy told me about the mayor just changing it, what I'm tripping out about, this was just a month ago. A month ago. You needed a license in Georgia a month ago to have a gun, and the mayor just changed it a month ago. Now anybody can carry a gun. Okay? And as a mom, as a mother to a 16-year-old African American man, that scares me. That scares me. I won't lie. That scares me. So with that being said, he gave me the information about the how much the guns are. He gave me the information about the gun classes, because they offer gun classes. I thought about it, and he said to me, and I quote, because I said to him, I said, that kind of worries me, the fact that anybody can carry a gun. And I said, that kind of makes me put a fear for the whole of society in general. And then the guy, who was a Caucasian man with a long beard, I was getting Celtic past life energy from him. And he said to me, well, now that everybody is, what did he say to me? Now that everybody is carrying a firearm, then So he said something that didn't make sense to me. I don't remember what he said, but he tried to justify that everyone carrying, or everyone having the opportunity to carry a gun, is an okay thing. And to me, it's not, because I was ready to go into that store and find out what I needed to do to get the license. And now I know I don't need a license. I can just purchase it. If I got $600, I can get a pretty pink, red, yo, they had a gold gun in there for I think he said it was $6,000, and it was pretty, you guys, because I'm a dark goddess. I like gold. It was super, super pretty, but he said it was an old gun too, and they were asking $6,000 for it. But it was a beautiful, it was a beautiful gun. So what are your feelings, you guys, about carrying protective weaponry? Because as a single mom, I'm like, wow. And I'm wondering how many other states allow you to carry a gun without a license. Blissed in fire, everyone. Thanks for coming through. Whether you stay or whether you go, thank you so much for coming through. All right. Peace and love, Clark Lawana. Thanks for coming through. M. Hotep, 1992. Hotep King. Oh, Mr. 1N8 Thank you for coming through. What in the Shaka Zulu Confucius 2022 spiritual voodoo music is going on here? Well then, Mr. 1,8,000,000,072. First off, I didn't like the way you asked that. And the way you asked that was so unnecessary. So please feel free to go on to the next video where a girl is doing makeup or a guy is doing makeup. Maybe this particular video is too heavy for your, I should say too light for your heavy mind. So why don't you go back to work or wherever you came from and focus on that? Because it's obvious that my information is way too deep for you, which is okay. It's okay, because not everybody is going to resonate with this information. Give me 1 second, you guys. Let me throw out the trash real quick, and then we can continue on, okay? You are now blocked, sir. I don't have to worry about you coming back. Moving forward, guys. Not your average witch up. Thanks for coming through, and thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. User 550. Hello. Blissed in fire and welcome. Not your average witch. Thank you. Your spirit is beautiful too. Thanks for coming through. We're talking about weapons today. I can only say greetings. MD4 Shoes, thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Not your average witch. I got my paper, snacks, and greens. Let's go. That's what's up. I got my water here, Queen. We're really going to get into it. I'm almost finished with the weapons. I myself was just really surprised that the mayor of Georgia has decided to let people carry guns without a license. And as a mom, it just put a heaviness on my heart. Okay, user 227, you're with us. Thanks. That's right, your pineal gland. That's right. I did my meditation, baby. I do what I got to do to stay balanced. People don't get that the war that we're at right now is not a war in Kuwait. It's not a war in another country. It's the war of the minds. And when you understand that, then nothing will be able to touch you, even the falsalities of the governmental system. Yes, yes, the vital sixth sense is the divine key to insight. Very true, user 277. All right, protect thyself always. I always do. The news, the internet, the state website. What about that, MD4 Shoes? Not a fan. Okay, so David Wynn 57 says that he's not a fan of the gun laws. Neither am I, boo. But to be honest with you, spiritually, where this world is going, it's going to be a necessity. I believe that. And basically, everybody's going to have to make their own choice on some old realness. Blessings, Yo Faith 77. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Chris Thomas, you are too kind. Your soul is beautiful too. Thank you so much. Okay, Copper B, the War of Darkness. Yes, let's get into it. It is, you guys. Right now, it is the war of darkness. And people don't get that the darkness of the mind is the biggest war you can get in. And as these next couple of years are coming, there was a time where enlightened beings like us can be prosperous, can do well, can gain with magic by ourselves singularly. But where the energy is going, it's going to be a must that you, and they do it and they're promoting it actually on TikTok. There's a segment in a Netflix movie called AO, and there's a segment of the movie where the warrior says, another whitewashed warrior, the warrior says, I can do it on my own. And in this journey, I felt the exact same way. But as the oracle told the whitewash adept, she said to her, no, you must call your tribe. You must get because there's two types of energetic tribes. There's your soul family, like my spiritual husband and my spiritual wife. And then there is your soul tribe, like my clients, like the people who will be visiting my spiritual compound, to like the nonprofit organizations that are going to take advantage of the free services that I offer for my meta practice. All of these are soul family and soul tribes. We're going into a decade of war, famine, destruction, killing, and pillaging. Very much the best English word I can think of is demon time. Demon time. And as the world changes up, we are overstanding that gone are the days where an enlightened individual or an enlightened being will be able to do it on their highest potential alone. This is why they are coupling everyone from twin flames to psychic twins to soul mates to great business partners who work well together. We are going into a time where living, breathing, existing, doing magic and such by yourself will not work. So this is why they are coupling up low vibrations, high vibrations, elitists, bloodlines, and all that. Now, once you understand the assignment, and if who don't know the assignment, I'm gonna tell you the assignment. The assignment is get with the people who fuck with you. Because in the next 10 years, life is gonna change more than what COVID has done thus far. And if you guys do not understand that there are other countries really mad at the Americas because we tend to start shit behind closed doors with all the nations. Don't get it twisted. All the nations don't like us, the Americas. So things are about to change, and we're not even talking about the extraterrestrials that don't like planet Earth. So not only the international countries don't like America, but there are outer entities outside of our sphere dome that don't like humans in general. And you're going to see slowly but surely within the next decade how much they don't like us. Blissed and fire, you guys. My name is Zaza Mambo Ish. I am a real cosmic healer and witch, giving you our perspective behind the veil. Now, just like the other listener, I don't believe in these weapon laws, but I do believe that where the world is going, it's gonna be a necessity on protecting yourself at all costs. Okay? Now, from the people who's in the room, what is the laws of your state? For the people in the room, what is the laws of your state? Because I just drove through Georgia going to my next location, and the mayor, if you're just coming in, the mayor has just passed a law that You don't need a license to have a gun. Not one license whatsoever. So you can go into a weapon shop and actually purchase a gun. So in your state, how is your state and the regulations when it comes to protective artillery, I guess you would say. Protective artillery. Because to me, it's putting our whole society in a dangerous situation. Like, I know why I'm getting a gun, because I need to protect myself as a single mother, a single business mother, and an owner of many things, on some more real things. Because we here at MedusA Healing Corps believe in assets and not liabilities. We have no time for liabilities. Liabilities are a karmic type way of living. Liabilities are like for slave mentality individuals. We here at MedusA Healing Corps not only teach our students, individuals, and warrior collective that we are God, so we must attain assets, but also claim the godhood within us. All right, let's see. Hey, Amanda Santaro, welcome. Thanks for coming through. Yes, Matthew. You know what's funny, Matthew? I have a lot of demons on my team, but I also have a lot of angels too. And Jesus, oh, he fucks with me hard body. Jesus paid for my back rent of 1 year once. So yeah, Jesus is cool. And he deals with me even though I deal with many other deities as the omnipotent God that I am. But I believe that Jesus is in all of us. And when you learn to tap into Jesus and bring Jesus in your heart, you then yourself become Jesus. But I'm just saying though. All right. Stronger in numbers, part of the community myself, something I didn't know I needed till I found them. Oh, so not your average witch. You have a soul tribe and you're very lucky. I'm looking for mine now as we speak because it's about to get heavy in the next couple of years. Okay, Copper B says, well, Abomination made Karens, and they said there was too many people in the world. All right, I'm not going to talk about Karens because I don't want to get shut down, but I will say this, Copper B. Karens are slowly but being extinct, and they know this. This is why the coupling of interracial marriages are happening. If you do the count, listen, remember you guys, I told you, let me say something real quick. Okay. They deal with the falsalities. They say that we are the minority, but we are not the minority. If you do the cosmic assessing, Karens are the minority, and the males and the females. And this is why they're interbreeding, because even with the, what are they called? Amish, the polys, all of those different culture sects, even with them having as many babies as they're having, they are still, hear me now, they are still the minority. Facts. Do your own homework if you don't believe me. We are the majority. But because they want us to believe that we are lesser than, they label our culture, our root, our ancient beginning, the minority. But all of the adepts and all my students know we are the majority. Very true, Copper B. Very, very true. Very true. Yes, a lot of people, okay, Matthew 0648. A lot of people would say that we're going through an Armageddon. But I feel we're going through an Armageddon, yes, but we're also going through a rapture. You know that point in the Bible where it says everybody's outside and everybody's being beamed up individually for the rapture? That is an allegory, babies. The whole Bible is an allegory. It's a big parable, elementary book that's written in hidden language to teach you how to tap into your God body, God spirit, and God mind. And the rapture, that's what everybody is going through internally. Internally, we are moving these chakras. Internally, we are hitting these portals. Your chakras are portals, baby girl and baby boy, if you didn't know it. And you are moving them. And when you are able to use your magic and become the empress or become the king or become the page of swords, you know, because here at Zemyaza Healing Core, we do more than read the tarot. We live and breathe the tarot. And when you do so, you tend to go through a transmutation of what this world called crazy, called insanity, but what in the cosmic realm calls finally ascertaining your sovereign right. Because there is a season, a cycle like the moon and the sun that you have to go through what you were programmed to believe as so-called sanity, until dark arts, until love and light, until learning about astrology, until being your own businesswoman, until living your life by yourself with nobody, not even your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, or the army. These dark lessons of life, learning to be independently, self-sufficiently, self-supremacy, you. Be learning to stand on your square when nobody else will want to stand on your square. This is called transmutation. And when you learn to take magic and transmute it, not no hating ass karmic spells can hurt you, not no itty bitty ABC 1, 2, 3 witches from different covens can touch you. Not no sorrowful, sad, don't know who they are lovers can touch you. Not no confused, sleeping zombie humans that come into your life for no reason and disrespect for you and disrespect you, not knowing that the demon squad is right behind them to karmically pay them back for the ignorance they spit at the goddess. Getting blocked twice. It's a motherfucker, but it is what it is. So please understand that everything they've told you is a lie, and you should do your due diligence and your spiritual work to find out what is the truth and what is the lie. And if I miss your comment, forgive me. Always just put it back in the comments down below, you guys. Okay? Okay. Okay. MD4 Shu says to me, you're overthinking it. Anyone can already have a gun at any time, anywhere. Okay, you're right. You're right about it, MD. But the fact that what tripped me out is because this was only done a month ago, you know, and to me, it triggers a reminder that the world is changing and that they're purposely putting people in an unbalanced state of fear. That's what I'm overthinking, not the fact that they changed the law and the fact that, yeah, somebody else could carry a gun. I'm focused on the fact that now they're making it easier for people as a whole to carry a gun within the state of Georgia. But you're right, I am an overthinker, but that's what makes me a powerful healer, witch, and energy worker. All right. Blessings, Yo Faith 77. Thank you for coming through. Yes, I agree with you. Not yet average witch. It is horrifying. But I take my fear of the situation and turn it into being alert, because I've learned in my walk, being in fear of something, running from something, pretending that something is not there, it actually hinders you instead of helping you. So I actually fear nothing, because I've had guns put to my head, so that's not a thing. Hey, thank you, Chris Thomas, 3232. Your soul is beautiful too. For real, for real. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, thank you, Yo Fate 77, for sharing my video. I appreciate you for that. I'm doing well, you guys. Listen, the search goes on for an apartment. Like you guys already know, I lost the last apartment. Like, to be honest with you, I believe I was supposed to get it, but in the energy, something happened and I lost it. So I'm every day, before I do anything on TikTok, I am efficiently looking for an apartment. So I did all of the work I had to do today. For all of you guys who don't know, hi, my name is Zaza Mambo Ish. I am the owner of Zemyaza Healing Car, and I live in my car. What up? What up, what up, what up, what up? All right, let's see. Yes, I said that already. Yes, and I spoke to her. Okay, living in a total tower journey right now, not your average witch. And this is why you're here. Listen, I just went through a high-level exchange with a lover. Some you would call twin flame. Some you would call psychic twin. Some of you would even label it as a soulmate. Anyway, however you label it, after my separation, literally, I was hitting tower moment after tower moment. You got to understand, whether you are the one that separates from your high-level coupling source or they're the one that separated from you. Because you guys are two high energy frequencies, especially shout out to my gay and lesbian community. What up? Shout out to my gay and lesbian community, especially when it's two divines put together. Because these are very heavy, very powerful energies that the powers that be don't want to be together. Now, let me say a quick tidbit about gay and lesbian community. They purposely keep these communities, just like the heterosexuals, lost, confused, and fighting each other about labels. Stud, feminine, masculine, feminine, blase, 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 blah. The fake powers that be purposely keep us caught up on words that are set up to confuse us. So don't get caught up in these labels. Don't get caught up in these, I call black magic spells to get you lost. Because when it comes to love, there is no quantification of love, of passion, of lust. It is all done in a realm behind the veil. It is very similar to the universe. There is no start. There is no end to love, lust, and passion. There is no beginning and there is no end. It's forever expanding. And only the two people involved can really express. And even then, the two people involved can't really express the energy that is exchanged to those individuals. So, not your average witch up. Understand that whatever you're going through, it must have been some heavy energy, whether it was a lover, whether it was losing a job, whether it was leaving a family member, whatever the situation. When you're dealing with these heavy energies, it affects your atmosphere. And because it affects your atmosphere, it causes shifts and changes to happen within your surroundings. To be honest with you, my last relationship, we both agreed to separate. Okay? And still, I felt the ricochet effect, very similar to the snapback of when you pull an automatic weapon, the snapback of that separation from the gun piece to the bullet being shot out. Because, you know, you get that slap back when you pull that trigger. You know what I'm saying? Very similar to twin flame separations. When you're dealing with like twin flame separation, you're dealing with like a fire being shot. It's either they're triggering each other to ignite each other, or they're triggering each other to separate from each other. So these triggers causes tower moments after tower moments. A lot of people think just because they're considered the divine feminine or the divine masculine, they don't feel the ricochet of a separation of a twin flame. No, baby. Both y'all bitches feel it. What makes the divine different from the runner is that the divine knows how to transmute. Elodie, boy. The divine knows how to transmute the energy and utilize it for her good, okay? Whereas the karmic connection or the runner of the connection doesn't know how. They do things like narcissism, pretend, lie, put on mask, front, cry, stress, talk about it with everybody except themselves, jump into fetishes, drink, sex addiction, shopping addiction, being around people addiction. Yeah, that's real too. There are some people who can't be by themselves. These are all karmic type activities that only cover up the problem, whereas transmutation of magic takes that bad and turn that shit, and we make it work for us. For real, for real. All right. So don't worry about the tower moment, not your average witch up. Don't you dare worry about your total tower moment journey, because I'm going through the same thing. Because to be honest with you, I've moved several times, and it usually takes me only 1 month to 3 months to find a location. This has been the longest time I've ever been in limbo to find a place. But an unbalanced devil is a liar. I fuck with balanced, high royal demons, and we don't play that shit. And I will find my new apartment, because to tell you the truth, where I'm looking, I like the area. It's really better from where I was looking before. So we will find one. So continue your journey, continue your self-mastery, your self-balance, because you are not the only one going through tower moment after tower moment. Many of the warrior collective are dealing with ignorant twin flame soul ties and psychic twins, and it's causing ricochet effect not only on the karmic side but also on the divine side. Keep going, warrior, keep going. All right, Da 25th says, wow, and that in all of the drill music put in kids' heads. It's true, Da. That is also another programming where they keep us lost and they keep us confused and they keep us, they keep our children lost, because they have to make sure they have our children locked down. That's why TikTok was born, because they're making our brains smaller by wanting to see shorter videos. Hey, Wilson Farmer, thanks for coming through and thanks for following. You guys, real quick, I have a backup page. Because I share conscious information, TikTok algorithms that are run by spiritual parameters and not human parameters tend to shut me down a lot. So I'm building my backup page, which is Superman Stud. Hi, how are you? What you want to talk about? I first have to know what you want to talk about, Superman Stud, before I let you in. Can you tell me in the comments what you want to talk about? I need to make sure that you're not coming in my room with no Zaza craziness, because I will Zaza right the hell back. Just tell me real quick what you wanted to touch upon, and I have no problem letting you in. What was I saying? What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. She threw me off trying to come in. Spirit, what was I talking about? Let's see. Give me 1 second. I remember that. Stronger in numbers. Wow. Oh, yes. Drill drill the music. Wow. And that in all the drill music, but in the kids' heads. Thank you. That's what we were talking about. Okay, you guys, real quick, I just do not let anyone in my room. I am a sacred goddess for real. Later on, we're gonna get into sacred divine and the history of sacred divine. I just want to run through all of the questions regarding the first discussion, which was the protection and the new law that the mayor of Georgia has put in, that anybody can buy a gun, that you don't need a license, But I want to make sure I give a little love. Bliston Fire, thank you for the roses. Shelly Belly, how are you? Thanks for coming through again. All right, I just want to make sure I answer everybody's question before we go on to the next topic, because I've said everything I had to say regarding weaponry. Like, I was really shocked that Georgia has now allowed anybody to purchase a gun. Yes, they program our children to be unbalanced, because that is the next generation. And that's how you make sure every generation, these are the generational curses, every generations are doing the same thing. But we have elitists out here, such as MedusA Healing Corps, making sure that we vibrate the sovereign rules and the sovereign laws, and that we teach as many individuals who want to wake up from the sleeping zombie stage to enlighten their minds to God body and God mind, and be able to come to a place, in a sacred, safe place, to not only heal, but to learn, to grow, and to just become better. All right. Oh, no problem, my love. No problem. What shouldn't they do, Chris Thompson? What shouldn't they do? It is. It's a major spiritual warfare, Amanda, on some old realness. Hey, Sock Fits. Thank you for coming through. Yes, not your average witch up. Cosmic and geometrical warfare. Exactly. Sockfix says, it's been the same in Texas for a little while, and people can have a sword fight to the death. No, for real? For real? You fucking with me. Stop playing, yo. No, for real? Because I want to buy a samurai sword too. Because I have Japanese warrior in my timeline also. It's a mutual agreement? Like the ones on Dear Abby and all of that? Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. Thank you for following, William Martin 1002. Thank you for the love. Blessing, Aman. I'm sending you guys love too. Let me send you guys some love too. Thank you for coming through, you guys. Thank you. Trying to find your ground. What do you mean, you're trying to find your own ground? Which demons you work with? Copper B. That's like me pulling down my pants and showing you my punani. Then I won't have no secrets to keep. But I will say this, Copper B. I'll say this much. It's more than 10 lesions. That's the best I can do. It's more than 10 lesions. Don't let the cute face fool you. I got killers on my goon squad, my spiritual goon squad. And even living in my car right now, I'm always protected. To be honest with you, I don't need the gun. But the getting the gun and learning how to use it is a part of my dark initiations. I don't want to do it. I hate guns. I hate touching them. They're disgusting. They're nasty. But in the last couple of months, I learned that, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta hold a gun. I'm just saying. Thank you, Tara. I appreciate you. Jerome in the house. Jerome Taylor. 101. Jerome in the house. Jerome in the house. That was one of my favorite shows. Martin, that's one of my favorite shows, you guys. On some old real shit. Taraland 0111. Thank you so much, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys, we were talking about the laws of protection. Yeah, I feel like I won't need one neither, baby. I feel like I won't need one. I really do. But it's a chaotic lesson, initiation that I have to learn as a dark goddess. So I will be taking official classes. I will be purchasing a gun. And most likely, to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm not supposed to, but I don't care because I'm a bad bitch. I actually want to build a shooting range for my clients. So if they come to my location and they want to practice shooting, whether it be with a BB gun or a real gun, there'll be a section on my spiritual retreat compound. You guys, please like and friend my backup pages. One is called Zemyaz. All of them are actually connected to my friends. I'm only friends with myself because the work I'm doing is so vast and so wide. I really cannot allow myself to accumulate on this particular page friends, but I do friend people on my backup page. So if you want me to friend you, I can friend you on my backup page. My first backup page is Zemyaza LLC. No, actually Zemyaza Healing Core. Zemyaza Healing Core. That's one backup page. My second backup page is Shahal Shadows. That's the second backup page. And my third backup page is Shahal Shadows, Zemyaza Healing Core LLC. What's the other one? Shahal Shadows, Zemyaza Healing Core LLC. Give me 1 second. Zemyaza Healing Core. Off-grid retreat. All of them are in my following because I only follow 3, and those 3 are 3 different parts of we as a collective. Shahal Shadows, Off-Grid Healing Retreat. Oh, and Zaza Mambo Ish. Zaza Mambo Ish is my main page. That will be the main backup page. And it's spelt just like how it sounds, Zaza Mambo Ish. Just go into my Dark Goddess follows and please follow our backup pages because they stay shutting down my page. Why? Because I share conscious information to the collective and they don't want this information out. Long story short. They don't want this information out. And I don't care who's trying to knock me down, who's trying to kill me, who's trying to stop me from building my spiritual retreat. We will build it and the people will come. Believe that. Believe that. Even if I have to build it by myself without a soul tribe, it will be built. But the spirits tell me a soul tribe is coming and we will get assistance. I had a grant, but then we lost the grant. So we're back to square one to getting the funding, but that's for another day. Okay, so I read everybody's comment. Now we can get into the sacred divine. We can get into the sacred divine. Okay, we're going to be talking about the sacred divine. For all of you who don't know, I was going to label this discussion the sacred whore. But that's what the sacred divine is. And we're going to get into the sacred whore. Welcome, Bond 366. Thanks for coming through. I am Goddess 84. It's your birthday. Hello. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I am Goddess 80. I am Goddess B84. You're so much more. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I hope I see you soon. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. May you get money, cars, spirituality, friends, your soul tribe, and may whatever's stressing you out right the fuck now get fixed by the end of the day. I say it and everybody else who's listening agrees. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday, goddess. Many more to come, beautiful. Many more to come. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm a weirdo, but I'm comfortable with my weirdoism. Ashe, queen, ashe. So mote it shall be. Ashe, ashe. Baby, we all Messiah and we're all Jesus Christ. All right, let me inform Cornell Just Zero. Okay, baby. Hi, Cornell. Good morning, beautiful. How are you? Enjoy your walk, okay? Don't do too much. They're telling me you got knee issues, so don't go too hard, okay? All right, have a good day. Okay, you guys, I'm at the park, you know, soaking up the sun, eating the sun. All right, let me explain something to you, corny just. They tell you corny just zero. It's funny you use a zero in your handle, but they tell you that Jesus and that Christ and the Messiah is outside of you. I am here to tell you, whether you stay or go, baby girl, that Messiah, Jesus, even Abraham, is in you, okay? Hear me now. And when you learn to stop reading about a God, you will be able to take the readings and the lessons that you learn within this life of dark and light, and then you will be able to transmute that information, and you yourself will turn into a God. I'm sorry, I'm jumping into your information because Spirit is allowing me to do so. But they are telling me that you're dealing with a situation with your sister. And I'm telling you this now, her problems is not your problems. And once you realize that, then you will understand, okay, her running to Jesus just like you running to Jesus is not going to work. You have to become Jesus. You have to become the Messiah. And once you do so, baby, that addiction you have will go away. And that little fight you be always having with your sister, that too will go away. Thank you for stopping by. It's obviously my information is not good for you, so feel free to go on to the next video. You got to learn to tap into your God, baby. If not, you'll always be stressed. You'll always be worried. How do you spell your Cash App? My Cash App, it should be in the comment, not in the comment, in the little info report. But it is Zemyaza Healing Core LLC, just like how my business is spelled. User 4037, thanks for coming through. We appreciate you. It's all in us. Oh, so you do know, Corn. Okay, you do know. It's all in all of us, very much so. Nobody's special. I feel like what makes us special is how we deal with the situations that come at us. Like, a lot of the time, people are calling me a boy. Like, seriously, every place I go, it's Mr., Sir. Maybe it's the bald head. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's my, I want to say, maybe it's my masculine body image. Give me 1 second, you guys. My phone is going dead and I have to plug it up. Give me 1 second. My karmic mom doesn't like. There we go. I'm constantly dealing with karmic energies Like, I had 4 battery chargers stolen yesterday that I had to replace on some old realness. All right, we're back. We're back. All right, let's see. All right, I just sang What's Her Face Happy Birthday. There we go. All right. Zemyaza Healing Core LLC. Yes, Shelly Belly. That's it. That's correct. That's it. And keep in mind that we're in the process of completing the paperwork for Zemyaza Healing Core. We are considered a non-denominational faith-based organization. So every time you donate to us, what makes us different is that we will be under a 501c3, which is a non-denominational faith-based organization where we can give you to actually documentation for your donations, and you can then tax write off your donation to us. That's in the works. We're almost done with that. I'll wait till she confirms. I'm kind of new. Okay, confirms. Yep, that's correct. I'm confirming. How are you doing, Letitia Parker? Blissed and fire to you. All right, now we can get into it. Ooh, a good 20-some people in the room. All right, this is a big group. All right, to my 30-something people in here. Now let's get into the juicy shit. There was like 100 people in here earlier, but now there's like 30. So now we can really get into the juicy juice of the divine, the sacred whore, which is the divine feminine. Let's get into it. Yes, I was so excited about this lecture that I wrote some notes because I didn't want to miss anything. Okay. I'm excited. All right, good. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. And thank you, Shelly Belly, for your donation. I live in my car, so every donation is an open, even if it's $1 donation, because $1 can buy something just like $20. And it really helps me to number one, be able to drive around to look for an apartment. I'm just telling you guys what your donation is doing for Zemyaza Healing Core. It's allowing me to drive around, to find a location, to get set up. Because right now, we're kind of stuck in limbo until we get an apartment. Once we get an apartment, I feel like things are going to move a little bit more efficiently when it comes to the building project of Zemyaza Healing Core. So thank you for any and all donations you guys send to us. Blissed and fire to you. All right, let's get into it. Sacred whore. The sacred whore. Ishera, what is the sacred whore? What are you talking about? Sacred whore, I never heard such a thing. What do you mean, sacred whore? What do you mean? Oh, sorry, you guys. I told you my tripod was stolen too, right? Somebody stole. I had a tripod because I wanted to get in the habit of doing videos standing up, because I feel when I teach standing up, it's better because it allows me to be more chakra balanced, and it's a better, I think, alignment for my whole avatar body than sitting down. And my tripod broke, and I don't have the money right now to purchase another one, so I'm forced to use my backup tripod, So let's get into it. Sacred whore. Ishera, what are you talking about? Can you guys put in the comments down below, what do you think a sacred whore is? Yeah, let's do that first. What do you think? That's why I like my classes small and intimate, because I want my initiates to be open to answering your mind and pulling out some answers and not just watching me on the screen. What do you think a sacred whore is? Put it in the comments down below. Because a sacred whore is a divine feminine. A sacred whore is a divine feminine. What do you think a sacred whore is? Oh, where am I located? I never divulge where I'm located because I'm gonna be honest, Amanda. I'm America's top, not America, I should say the cosmos most wanted. So I have trackers on my ass all the time. Literally, I have trackers wherever I go. So I tend to keep to myself where I'm at because there's a lot of people who follow me who try to knock me down. And my karmic family is including one of them. So I kind of like not share where I live. I don't even share where my compound is located because those are all confidential information that only a few people know about. But I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. You don't have to worry. I'm safe. I'm safe. That's right. I'm here to teach, baby. Yeah, I'm here to teach. No, that's what I meant. I don't share that information. All right. All right, you guys. So, Amanda, I am going to pick on you because you love to be fearless and speak. What do you think a sacred whore is? No answer is a wrong answer. This is not regular school. This is cosmic X-Men cipher school right now, cipher connection right now. What do you think a sacred whore is? Because a lot of people have a lot of definitions on what sacred whore is. But I'd like to hear what people in this room consider a sacred whore is. I mean, one word is whore. That's in there. Another word is sacred. That's in there. Like, what do you believe a sacred whore is? Okay, so Amanda Santaro says, I think of the Scarlet Lady, but I'm stuck on the Book of Revelation still. What is the Scarlet Lady? What is the Scarlet Lady? Or I meant, what is the Scarlet Lady? My answer is on here. Oh, one that allows the self to be used at will by... Ding, 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 pow, pow, ding, 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 pow, pow, pow. I like your answer. I like your answer. Yes, yes. A woman that's sneaky like a snake. Okay. All right. I like this answer too, but I'm going to mess with this answer. Letitia Parker, you said your answer is a woman that's sneaky like a snake. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because I actually think it's a good thing because snakes keep the rodents out of the farm. Snake also deters things like deers and all these other animals. Snake is a very powerful animal, and that's why they used it in the Bible. But I like snakes. Actually, one of my ancient symbols is a two-headed snake, to be honest. One with purpose. Introducing more. Welcome to the circle. Very good answer. One with a purpose. Very much so. You're right about that. And what purpose we're about to get into on some more realness. One that allows the self. Oh yes, I read that. To answer through spirit. All right. Snake is also a euphemism for knowledge, not yet average, which has says. Wow. Okay. Now, Void Borgiel. I remember you from yesterday. Hey, beautiful. Thanks for coming back. What is dreaming about a snake mean? It depends on the dream and it depends on what type of snake. But I'll give you a collective breakdown of the snake if you want me to. I had a snake in my home recently. Let me tell you something, you guys. Let's do the dream response first. Dreams to me with snakes in them, warning, this is a disclaimer. Because I'm a real bloodline witch, I've always been connected with energetic spirits. So I've always been on the path of witchery, of what people call witchery, but what I call the healing path. And from when I was a child. So when I answer you, I'm going to be answering you from a girl who's lived her life behind the veil by herself as a royal bloodline. And I've always had dreams about snakes. And every time I have a dream about a snake, it has showed me something that I needed to know. Okay? It has showed me something that I needed to know. I remember once seeing a two-headed snake on the windowsill of an apartment that me and my child was living in at the moment, and my sister passed by it and didn't say nothing about the snake. And I remember seeing the snake, and my sister didn't see the snake, and I was like, how she passed that snake and not acknowledge the snake? Come to find out, years later, it took me that long to figure it out. Years later, my sister was that two-headed snake. Let me tell you something. Writing down your dreams is very important, because sometimes you get epiphanies on symbolisms of the dream. I have a whole series in my Dark Goddess 99 of the breakdown of dreams. Dreams are signs of symbols, just like in the Bible. And once you understand that and stop looking at what happened and who was there and looking at mostly the symbol, you'll get the information you need of what the dream really means. Here is an easy way to do it without getting caught up in the dream topic, because I really want to get into the full lecture of what is a sacred divine goddess is, what a sacred whore is, because they're both the same thing. Now, when we're talking about understanding your dreams, the best thing you can do is write down your dream as soon as possible. Your dream book should be right next to your bed. Some of you are unlucky enough not to remember your dream. I say that eat better, drink more water, keep some basil leaves under your pillow. That will assist you to remember more dreams. But for the ones who have no problem remembering dreams, write them down, because sometimes that dream is a message for you 4 years later. Hear me now. Hear me now. And if you don't write it down, the stress of this world will keep you so bogged down and lost that you will forget the dream that was sent to you to help you remember or give you a message that you need in the near future. I'm just saying. My daughter wants to ask you something. Okay. When I think of a subject, I think of the tales of hangs and brooms. Not your average thing. The subject of witchery you're talking about, right? You have a dream team, so do I. I have dream protectors. They keep me from incubuses and succubuses that I don't deal with. You had a snake in, listen, to me, to be honest with you, introducing more, a snake in any animal inside of the home that is scaring you, to me, is a dark message or lesson, or even, message or lesson that they're trying to share with you. That's what I've noticed in my life. Every time I've had an animal or some type of insect within my home, it was a message of some sort. What is the, she wants to ask me, she can go ahead and ask me, do you mean come on and speak with me? Is that what you're talking about, Amanda? Queen Nefertili, what's up? It's Mitch Connor. Hello, Mr. Mitch Connor. Thanks for coming through. Okay, so recently I had a dream. This is Amanda. Recently I had a dream that I was hearing a loud growing sound from under my apartment. It ended up being 2 black snakes. To me, black snakes are... Okay, hold on. Look, I was about to answer it before reading it. All right. I'm not going to interpret your dream, because I don't want people to start thinking that's what I'm here for. Because there's plenty of girls who will have no problem explaining your dream. And to be honest with you, I charge people for that. And I'm at a point in my evolution where I'm not charging people for my services, but at the same time, I'm offering them knowledge. So what I'll tell you this, Amanda, I feel that every time there's a snake in the dream, it's a part of your culture. It's a part of your lineage trying to reveal itself to you. So now you have to ask yourself, what is the meaning behind 2 snakes, and why were they both black? So I would do some Google searches on the meaning of black, and then I would also look into what cultures, what nationalities have black within a major color black within their flags, because then that would be because they're telling me that they are trying to share with you your heritage. They're telling me they're trying to share with you your heritage. The fact that there were 2 snakes, 2 separate snakes under your bed. Also, be very careful, because there must be 2 individuals that you should not trust. Okay? And to me, the sign of it being black is not the fact that the 2 people are black, but it's the fact that they're full of chaotic energy. So you need to watch out for them. So please be very careful, because there are two individuals that you should be aware of and not really trust, and just be aware of them within your circle. That's what spirits are telling me regarding your dream. I'm not doing dream interpretation, guys, so please don't start putting dream interpretations in the comments. I'm here speaking about the history of the divine feminine, the sacred whore. It didn't frighten you. Good. It didn't frighten you. But it did startle you, like it should. And I feel that's why snakes or any type of animals that come out of nowhere, they're like chaotic messages that are trying to reveal themselves. Welcome, Woke Flyness. Welcome, Kenya Cookse. Welcome, Salu Bungard. Welcome, Nerdonin. Thanks for coming through. Whether you stay or go, blissed and fire to you. All right, so let's get into it, you guys. All right? Now, you guys had some good answers to what a sacred whore is. Remember, I am a woman with autism when it comes to magic, so I really look at things at a very basic level. So we're going to start with the ancient history of the sacred whore. I'm not going to give you an English definition, because I don't think the English definition, you know what? They're telling me to be the teacher that I am, the master teacher that I am, I must read the English word definition. Okay. The English human definition of the sacred whore, they put in here prostitution. They put on the English definition prostitution. A temple of pro. We're just going to say pro, because I don't want them to shut me down. A cult pro, a religious pro, are rites consisting of paid intercourse performed in the context of religious worship, possibly as a form of fertility rite or divine marriage. Scholars prefer the term sacred sedge, or sacred sedge rites, in cases where payments for services is not involved. Mesopotamian goddess of sedge and fertility depicted on a ceremonial vase. And the goddess that they show on the ceremonial vase is the last holiday we just celebrated, which was the goddess Ishtar. The goddess Ishtar. Okay, good. Now, we all know that the English language is set up to confuse us. I believe that the sacred, what am I going to call it? Because I feel like they're going to try to do some shit because of it. The sacred divine. That's what we said we're going to call her. Yes, the sacred divine. I believe that the sacred divine is the highest hierarchy in the matriarch. Okay? We are now being run by the patriarch. Before the patriarch, ladies and gentlemen, we had the matriarch. And with the matriarch, this world was run by the woman, by the divine. And when the false governmentals started running this earth, this is when we went from a matriarch to a patriarch. That's why the people who follow Jesus follow a 3-man triad: Father, Son, Holy Spirit. You can't create with Father, Son, Holy Spirit. That's why I won't fight with Jesus lovers, because you believe in a thing that I don't believe in. You can't create with a Father, Son, Holy Spirit. You could only create through a cosmic triad family of mother, father, child. Mother, father, child. So before we turned into a patriarch, we were in a matriarch. And with the matriarch's sacred rites, there were sacred temples, okay? These sacred temples was where the adepts, the masters, and the very high level, what you guys call in the tarot, high priestess, empress, lived and existed. These were the locations that only the royals would exchange with. Poverty-stricken people did not have access to the sacred temples. Okay? It is when, during the Tower of Babylon, they gave the curse of the different languages, and all the different societies started branching out to different locations. This is when they created the sex temples and what have you, and paying for sexuality. The indigenous bait root, the beginning, the root of the sacred divine. And let me say this real quick before we move forward, boys and girls. Please grab your pen and pen, because I want you to write down what you don't understand and what you want to ask questions about, because I want to give out information before I read the comments, because I don't want to forget any parts that I want to share with you. Please understand, on a deeper level, both male and female has energy components of the sacred divine. Hear me? Both male and female have components, energetic components of the sacred divine in them. Remember this. So when we're speaking about the ancient hierarchy of the matriarch, the apex, the top of the triangle, the apex, top of the triangle, the apex was the sacred priestess, because that's what we were called back in the day, before they separated the different cultures, and then the cultures kind of morphed the sacred ritual rites into their own thing. Because within hierarchy, only the royals went to the high priestess and the sacred divines to make sure that their marriages were infinite, to make sure that their births were safe, to deal with sickness, famine, and destruction. We were the first doctors before the fake doctors with the white coats of this human world live in now. Okay? We were the herbalists. We were the healers. And when you're talking about the sacred divine, there's one story that they call a myth, which is actually our indigenous history, our Akashaic record, that I can connect with the sacred divine. It is of the Greek Parthenon. And the Greek Parthenon has an Akashaic story, a remembrance is what this world calls story, of the goddess, what is her name? Athena, the goddess Athena. She was in charge of her temple, which was a priestess temple. One of the meta services she would assist within her Greek Parthenon was also Sedge rituals, Sedge rites. What fascinates me about Athena's story, because, oh wow, we about to get into it. Yo, if you guys know a gay or a lesbian, share my video, because they're going to want to hear this. Athena was the head priestess of her temple. And she had a favorite student. Oh, I'm about to cry. I'm sorry, you guys. She had a favorite student. Let's play, because I'm about to cry. Yo, who knows Athena's favorite student? So then I can check the feed to see if everybody's up to date. Who knows the name of Athena's favorite student? Who knows the name of Athena's favorite student? She was the head priestess in Greek mythology, which is not mythology. It is truth. It is our akashaic truth. Yes, Greek gods, definitely. Hello, NJ Househead Official. Thanks for coming through. We appreciate you. All right, let me get into it. Now, Athena had a very favorite student. She was her favorite student. She was her best student. She was really good at it, and they were close. Real quick, let's get into Greek mythology. You guys do understand that for a high priestess, to my gay and lesbian community, for a high priestess to know all that she knows, she must have students. You do understand that, right? And for a high priestess to teach other high priestesses, she must have students that come to her, other high priestesses. She must have students that come to her to learn. Y'all do understand that, right? I'm just saying. So Athena was very well known. She was a warrior. Most heavy love deities are also warrior deities when it comes to the divine. And goddess Athena of the Greek Pantheon was very well known, very much loved. I believe she had 3 husbands, if I'm not mistaken. And she had a favorite student. And her favorite student was MedusA. Oh, we about to get into it, bitches. Y'all ain't know this shit. To my gay and lesbian community, I'm about to put you up on some game to understand how and understand why, the reason why they put so much unbalancedness in the lesbian community on some old real shit. Because lesbian couples are potentially very strong couples that can slap a shift in not only this atmosphere, but parallel universes, outer galactic energies, and alternate universes. She had a favorite student, and that student name was MedusA. They only perpetrate 2 seconds of their story, which is when Athena's ego destroyed her relationship with her best student. She ran the temple. When Athena went out, how do you know this, Ishira? I get the uploads and downloads. When Athena would go for war, it was MedusA who took care of the temple while Athena was gone. I could be saying the lady's name wrong, but I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. Athena. Yeah, because Athena is an African goddess. Athena, Atene. But Athena was full of ego. Everybody loved her, and still she was jealous of the student that she taught. These gods are so jealous. If they tell you these gods are not jealous, they're lying to you. Gods and deities and ancestors are the most ego-filled mother suckers out here. And if you don't know how to decipher from a God who's helping you to a God who can't stand you, you will be put in a situation of being a slave. But anyway, moving on. Athena, the only part you guys see on TV is that Athena became jealous of MedusA. Why was she jealous of MedusA? Because one of her husbands raped MedusA. MedusA didn't go to her husband and ask for that phallic juicy Lucy, that phallic dick, phallus. I'm trying so hard not to get shut down, you guys. I have a very strong masculine mouth. But I'm learning now in my lessons that I just need to calm down and be easy and tap into my divine. So that's what the fuck I'm doing. But the only part they show you on TV is Medusa's head getting cut off by Pythonius, whatever that man name is, the one who was chasing clout and wanted his name to be reverberated by all the people after him. So he went and cut off the head of the one fucking student that Athena will remember and that his name will always be heard. He killed Medusa because he wanted clout, yo. I'm sorry, you guys. I have Greek in my bloodline. Pythonius killed Medusa only because he wanted clout. He wanted his name to ring through the humans, okay? And because of Athena's ego. And it's crazy. Medusa told her that she was raped by her husband. But because of her ego, she still was filled with rage. And she still turned her to stone. Give me a second, you guys, please. Now, even after Medusing her best student, trying to explain to her, because Medusa was in love with Athena. She was so enamored by Athena's bravery. Like, before Medusa was turned into the half snake, half human she was, like, literally, Medusa was beautiful. And Athena was jealous of her beauty, even though Medusa was completely in love with Athena. And for all you guys who don't know, to become a sacred divine, these women must learn the art of love through another sacred divine. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. And because Athena was admired by many of the girls in the temple, when they saw this opportunity to take down Medusa, because Athena treated Medusa differently from the hundreds, guys. The temple was huge. Hundreds of other women that she dealt with. Medusa was her favorite. Medusa was her favorite. So when Medusa found out that her husband laid with her, raping her, she allowed the lies of the other women, because the god that raped her, kind of what you guys would say, bribed the other girls in the temple, girls who already didn't like Medusa anyway because Medusa was her favorite, tainted Athena's head with lies and bullshit about Medusa. And said, yes, she slept with him. She slept with him. She wanted to sleep with him. She wanted to sleep with him. And they knew Athena had a temper. They knew Athena would want to fucking do something to her. But they didn't care because they were tired of Athena treating Medusa differently from the other initiates in the temple. To become a sacred divine, we learn through the art of loving another divine. They've taken the art of loving divine with divine as something nasty, as something we should not do. And all they do now is confuse a community of loving divines. Oh, she's masculine. I can't date her. Oh, she's feminine. I can't date her. Oh, masculine on masculine? What the hell? Divine is divine. And they purposely make sure that these couplings do not prosper by throwing on labels, by confusing, just like in the heterosexual coupling. To me, coupling is coupling. It don't matter if it's heterosexual or if it's the same sex. In the next 10 years, if you, and I'm not saying ride or die, fuck to live. If you don't have a fuck to live partner, you're done. You can't even rent an apartment by yourself nowadays, let alone love somebody. Coupling is a very major initiation that's happening right now. It's not just me. It's not just you who's listening. It's happening on a large scale as a collective. And if you don't find your sacred partners, you're not going to do well. You're not going to do well. And if you do well, you won't ever reach the highest potential you could have done with your partner. On some old realness. So please understand, you guys, sacred divine is the highest coupling that can ever go down between two people. Now, remember when I told you earlier? Oh, someone didn't like that when I said that. Hita fabi. Hutari me. Hukathari. If you don't like what I say or don't like to hear my truth, you can go on to the next video. There'll be a girl putting on makeup in the next one, or maybe you'll catch someone sleeping. You can watch that. Here we're building mind, bodies, and souls to come out of slavery and into God body, God mind, and absolute power. Now, when we are dealing with divine love, remember when I told you earlier that men too have the divine components within their body. To my gays, to my lesbians, they are purposely taking the cosmic truth fact. Oh, I'm about to get some people mad. Birds affirmations playing with each other. I'm about to get people mad. It is a cosmic truth that we are not one or the other. Our physical body shows one aspect, and then our internal body carries the other aspect. We are both masculine and feminine. They perpetrate that we are one and the other, and this is where they get you stuck in your mental mind, making you think you gotta choose. In my world, there is no choice. I need a tribe from what I'm about to do. This is why I'm looking for my spiritual husband and my spiritual wife. Some would say, Ishera, you gotta choose. Nah, baby, I'm a god. I want both, and that's what I'm gonna get. Period. But y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. Overstand, they purposely personify an imbalance of sensuality by making you think that you're one or the other. You got to understand that we are both. And when you understand that we are both, and life is a polarity of balancing out the masculine and the feminine that you have within you, girl and boy, this is when you're starting to rise in the steps of reaching your God body and your God mind. And they are purposely utilizing to make you think that you're one or the other because they quantify unbalance. And this is why there are a lot of extra feminine men and extra feminine. Okay, not you. That's what's up. Okay, that's what's up, boo. That's what's up. You have a little femme, right?
I like what you're doing.
You have a little femme in you, right? I just asked this stranger if he had a little feminine in him, and he said, nah. See what I'm saying? You see how they got this? Yo, you see how they got this world all messed up? Sorry to tell you, baby. You got a little femme in you. Half of you is masculine, half of you is feminine. You got both, baby. We all do. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the lie. The XY chromosome is in everything, every person. And because they have you thinking you're one or the other, you'll never reach your highest potential of balance with both energies inside your mind, body, and soul. Believe that. Hear me when I tell you. Okay? And this is why they keep the gay and lesbian coupling off track. Because you have unbalanced masculine and feminine within one person, which causes them not to be productive enough to keep long-term relationships. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Continuing on with sacred divine. We sacred divines feel the English word hypersensitive is a good word to explain this. And with this being said, because we feel stronger than other people, we are able to move larger plasma energy. Okay? But let me give you my definition of the sacred divine. My definition of sacred divine, it is a high-level priestess, who's able to make love with all of the elements: air, water, fire, earth, plasma. They energetically know how to exchange with the elementals. Yes, they also know how to make love to the humans. But their first love, their first passion, their first lover or marriage is always nature. All right, let's see. Okay, good. And it's charging. That's good. That's good. Blissed and fire to all who's coming into the room. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to say. Not your average witch. We also make love to the sun and the moon. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes, yes. Humble Beach Sean says yin yang, baby, yin yang, of course. But my issue, sir, is that people don't acknowledge their yin yang within themselves. You know, this is why I don't get mad at people when they call me a masculine or they call me sir. I used to get mad. Well, I should say my ego would be getting mad. But I don't live in my ego. I live in my spirit. And I realize people are just reading the very strong warrior energy that I carry in this generator body of mine. Welcome, TLC Clips. Thanks for coming through, my love. Sally Texan, thanks for coming through. We appreciate you, whether you stay or whether you go. Thanks for coming through. We're not talking about Baal today. We're talking about divine, sacred divine. I might do a video on demons in general, because I wouldn't just focus on one demon, Baal. I would do a whole video on different demons. But right now I'm on sacred divine. So I've already explained that sacred divine is a hierarchy of the matriarch. I've already explained that it is a knowing of sedge energy of nature that extends into of the reflection of her, which is woman. I've already explained to you the connection of how they take our Akashic record and just put only bits and pieces of it on screen, like the story of a goddess, high priestess Athena and the goddess MedusA. It was really sad. And to be honest with you, I felt the pain that MedusA felt when Athena was so jealous of her that she turned her into an ugly serpent girl, serpent woman. She turned her into what I believe it's called Gargonian. It's a G word. It was a certain species she turned her into, because from in that time frame, there were certain species, and she turned her into a certain species, a certain ugly species. She was still a woman, but she was a mixture of something else. MedusA was hurt by that shit. She was. She was Athena's best student, and because of ego, she casted a spell on her and basically didn't kill her, but set her up to die. She basically banished her to a cave by herself as the MedusA with snakes in her head. She was half snake and her hair was snakes. But I'ma bullshit you not. I'ma be honest with you. Athena was in love with that bitch. She was. And that was her favorite. And I felt like she only killed her because one of her chakras was blocked, or a couple of her chakras was blocked. And listening to the other girls in the temple telling her the lies. And instead of believing MedusA, she decided to believe the other girls that her nasty ass, promiscuous ass husband paid to lie for him. These deities, they are shifty, dog. Like, y'all don't get it. These deities are shifty like you humans. That's why you guys act the way you do. Because the deities, they shifty. They are shifty. And they only turned this sacred rite that only happened with the royal kingdoms is when they separated and went into different cultures. These low-level sedge temples were sent and set up for payment of sedge. It started off ritualistically, but then you know about people, and when they separate and create their own ideologies, their own communities, everybody's always quick to take something that's beautiful and sacred and turn it into something dirty. And that's what they did with the sacred rites of divine feminine. It was sacred in the beginning, and it turned dirty with the choices that people made. All right. Let me tell you something. Plasma is energy, okay? Understand that. There are not 4 elementals, there are 5, okay? Water, air, fire, earth, and plasma. Plasma is the energy within your blood that actually allows a high level of depth to feel anything and any person they choose to. You know, you twin flames, you psychic twins, you heavy soul tie energies, you warlocks and sorcerers, you conjurers and witches, you know, high level energy couples. Y'all know y'all feel each other without being close to each other. Y'all know y'all use y'all magic on each other, like picking up the phone and calling right before the other person picks up the phone and call you. You know those high-level energy plasma connections. When they feeling sad way over there, you feel sad way over where you at. You know, that energy love where you look at them. Woo! And then you squirt. You know those high priest and high priestess energy exchanges where you can talk for hours about nothing. About nothing. And still be ready to be on the phone till you fall the hell to sleep. All you want to do is hear them sleep. Damn, they sleep so sexy. Damn. Don't hang up. Don't hang up. Don't hang up. Your breathing is feeding me, baby. Your breathing is... Yo, our plasma's that strong. I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm just giving you examples so you know. Energy is powerful. And when you get into this internal energy mechanism, it becomes less about touching physically a thing and more so about feeling a thing and allowing a thing and breathing. Through a thing. You know what I'm saying? And as a sacred divine, because we are constantly living in life with nature and connecting to nature, we can matriculate and transmute the energy for our gain and for our good. But gone are the days of the sacred goddess. Gone are the days of when sacred goddesses knew who they were and were able to transmute their energy. Now, sacred goddesses, all they do is layer the pain instead of transmuting it. All they do is take a quick fix of desire of the physical instead of going deeper into the energetic. All they do now is take this heavy energy that all divines have and release it by dropping it like it's hot. I'm not hating on you girls who ride the pole. Do you? You know, I feel the pole is a good exercise, and I want that in my next place. I want a pole because I want to learn how to twirl just for me and my spiritual husband and my spiritual wife. I want to learn how to twirl on the pole. It's been time. I've spent too many years wasting time. I will not waste no time with nobody anymore. This is my life here. This is my legacy. I don't play with my life. I don't play with what I'm building now, which is my ancestral cred. My ancestral cred. I'm not playing with it. So don't come play with me, because I'm not here to be played with. Unless you're my spiritual husband or my spiritual wife. I'm just saying. And gone are the days where the goddess is being told that your sedge is power. That your sedge is golden. That your sedge is your chi, is your essence. Yes. Remember that scene from that movie Green Mile when that healer, the big black guy, may he rest in peace, because I found out recently he just died. I forgot his name. And when he helped save the life of somebody, like flies would come out of his mouth. You remember that part, you guys? Anyway. With divine energy, there's a give and a take. There's a push and a pull. There's an ebb and a flow. It's a radio dance, if you will. It is the ocean, the waves, if you will. It is a symphonic symphony that can be played, if you will. And sad enough, we as divine feminine and men who have a half of this inside of them with the divine masculine are not told how to control this power, how to use this power, how to take it and go from being a slave to being the absolute you can be. We are told sedge is bad. We are told sedge should only be done by marriage, which it should be spiritual marriage. But they have you guys thinking state marriage. Nah, nigga. When they say marriage, they're speaking spiritual marriage, even in the Bible. That's why the first thing I ask any person I deal with, how many spiritual husband and wives you have? So far, I still haven't been surprised by the numbers that I've been told. So when it comes to the sacred divine, We're not being told that this is our power, this is our link, this is our melanated, chaotic energy that we can use for our good. So you have a lot of sacred divines running in these streets. You got a lot of sacred divines that don't know their true power. You got a lot of sacred divines that have learned to manipulate people who shouldn't be manipulated, but because they can, they do, which are karmic relationships in general. And they are living in an unbalanced state of being, thinking, and feeling. I challenge you to reach your sacred divine, to your apex, to what it was with our sacred divine hierarchy before the patriarch started running this world. We were the apex of the pyramid. Thank you, Bliss and Fire, for your love. Thank you so much. We were the apex of the pyramid. I challenge you to get back into your sacred sexual rights. Claim your rights. I'm not telling you to be celibate like me, you guys, but stop giving your body to people who don't deserve it. Stop exchanging chi with people who will sooner see you dead instead of helping you. Stop thinking you're not enough when you're worth more than you can ever imagine. Every single person has the potential to be God body and God mind. But you have to see it in your mind first before it will actually manifest in your life. There's a lot of people, my karmic mother, one of them, she accumulates everything. She was so successful and she still thinks mentally that she didn't accumulate enough because she has that mentality of lack. She doesn't think that she's beautiful. She never achieved her wish fulfillment. She settled for my dad, but she was my dad's wish fulfillment, so it's a win for me. She settled for my dad, and because she settled for my dad, she never was able to reach her highest potential, because that's what most people are doing right now with these husbands and wives. Yeah, you're trying to be monogamous, but you're settling for whoever you're marrying. And instead of separating from a marriage of after 10 years that you're not happy in, you're staying in these marriages because you're scared to be by yourself. Not a sacred divine. A sacred divine could be married for 20 years. And if she's still old enough to go out, if she's still old enough to mingle, if she's still old enough to pick up a phone and call an old friend who may want to pick up where the fuck you left off, it should be done. I'm not into being in relationships that are not fully passionate and fulfilling. That's a humanoid feeling that I'm breaking generational curses, fixing right the hell now. So when it comes to energy, you guys, just understand that you need to understand the assignment. You need to understand the assignment. You need to understand the assignment. And the assignment is not your bank account, not how many kids call you mama, not how many people got your back, is how do you feel about you, divine? How do you feel about you, divine? And I'm not talking about the mask you put on to show your coworker, or to show your dad, or to show your friends you hang out with that don't give a fuck about you, or to show the people you meet at the clubs that you go to on a regular basis. Sit by yourself and find out how you feel about yourself. Because if you are dating or friends with or are in business relations with a sacred divine, whether it be male or whether it be female, you won't be able to put on a front. You won't be able to set up facades, because we feel on all levels. When you're dealing with a high level adept, if that high level adept knows their magic good enough, they can tell when their family, when their loved ones is thinking about them. They can tell when a lover is having sex with somebody else. They can tell when they're having sex with themselves. They can tell when you are crying and you can't stop crying. They can tell when you're stuck in your mental box and you're choosing to blame other people instead of choosing to get out of that mental prison. Oh yes, it's deep like that. You have narcissistic, energetic abusers that purposely date hypersensitive beings like divine masculines and divine feminines, and purposely practice their ignorant behavior. So then that counterpart, that divine, then feels that energetic behavior, so they run to them to try to save them, because they know the sacred divine enjoys, is pleased with when it comes to saving people. You have narcissistic energies that purposely indulge in drugs and indulge in sexual fetishes and in fucking sex rituals on purpose, just so that narcissistic energy can get to the divine. Oh, you ain't gonna find it in the book, baby, but I know, trust and believe, I know it's done. To purposely get that high level sexual divine back to them, not through ignoring them, not through not picking up the phone and talking to them, not through picking up the phone and I'm drunk, bitch, I'm drunk. No, energetically, by abuse, because they know, seriously, you guys, they know that if you are connected with a narcissistic, energetic twin flame, then to my divine, if you feel that this connection is not working for you, I need for you to find another priest and get covered as quickly as possible. Because you have narcissistic, energetic lovers that will purposely self-abuse themselves, knowing that you, the divine, can feel every fucking thing that they go through. It's sad, really. It's sad. Remember, you guys, I've had 4 different twin flames, and a couple of them have tried that with me, to where they'll purposely get into sex orgies, purposely get so high and so drunk that they black the fuck up. They purposely indulge with karmic behavior and ritualistic behavior with people who wouldn't even piss on them if they saw them sick with a snake bite in the middle of the road. Because when it comes to a narcissistic, energetic vampire, some people will call them dark lords. Yes, these individuals that use narcissistic energy manipulation of making the divine feel what they're feeling through addictive behavior, those motherfuckers are called dark lords. I love you too! Thank you! I love you guys. Are called dark lords. We have them, guys. Yes, we do. We have them, and they're out here strong. Okay, I gotta go quickly through the video because my phone is dead. You guys, because my energy is so high, I can start a live at 100% and my phone will die within an hour. I know how my energies affect not only my twin flames and the people around me and my warrior collective, but I also know how it affects the AI. And the AI called the computer just cannot handle my high-level ultraviolet rays. It's that serious. But we okay with it. Okay? So, let me see. This is why Sedge is programmed to be off balance, to be confused, to be lost, is because for as long as you guys are not utilizing sexual magic, sedge magic in the right way, then they know that you will always be mentally a slave to habits, shopping habits, sedge habits, materialistic habits, wanting to be around people who don't care about you habits, not reaching your highest tempo habits, your highest potential habits. They keep us confused by saying in religion that sexuality is bad. And what I've learned on my journey is that that is a disgusting cloaking spell that needs to be broken off by everybody. And I want to release that ugly, negative cloaking spell that sexuality is bad. Sexuality is not bad. It's what people do with the art of sacred sexuality is what makes it bad. I refuse to continue life to think and to believe that sexuality is bad. It is not. Every person has been so traumatized with sexuality. This is why I'm a Tantra teacher, a Tantra healer. Because too many people think that sexuality is bad. It is not bad. It is beautiful. But you must find your sacred divine counterpart to kill, to cross out, to 86 that sexual generational curse. And this generational curse is in many families. Many families. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. Ever since my son was born, I've been breaking generational curses with him. Because in my family, we weren't allowed to talk about sexuality. You guys, you want to know more about my family, go to my YouTube, Dark Goddess 99 or Soul Healer Therapist, and I did a whole video on my family secrets. Too long have we been as generation after generation of keeping sexuality a secret. Gonna call me. This is a great, don't get mad, Shira. Don't get mad, Shira. Teach them. Don't get mad. Teach them. You guys, there's something called paranormal side effects. And you will have the AIs utilizing paranormal side effects to either help you or get on your nerves. This paranormal side effect would get on my nerves because I would always get a call from somebody when I be wanting to talk to somebody, waiting to talk. Nobody want to call me, but as soon as I get online, somebody wants to call me. You know what that tells me, guys? That tells me what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. And there ain't nowhere near, no way I'm going to stop what I'm doing just to answer the phone of a silly ass little small wish fulfillment that I want, which is just to talk to somebody sometimes. Because this enlightenment road, it's rough. It gets lonely. Oh, that's another thing. With the sacred divine, whether she knows it or not, if the sacred, there's only two ways the sacred divine can go. On one aspect, she can know her power and know the level of her power and how her energy plays around her and who she is as a royal divine. She will then be put in a situation that only royals are allowed to even get close to her. She will live a life of solidarity and isolation. She will really never vibe or resonate with too many people. She will be very selective about her sex partners, and even more so than her sex partners, the people she talks to, the people she fuck with, and the people she move around with. Because I remember for a fact, in high school, I was a fat, chubby nerd. Even before I knew I was a high priestess, I only had 3 friends I fucked with. That's it. Just 3. Just 3. Just 3. Or on the other side of thing, you have the lost high priestess. Because that first high priestess is the priestess of the dragon. She's got the power of the dragon. I made this yesterday, you guys. I can't wait till I get in my apartment. I can go back to creating all of my alchemy back again, creating my jewelry and just doing what the fuck I enjoy most. This is a citrine egg. Protection symbols. Keep your crystals with you. It's good protection. I've been dealing with a lot of root chakra attacks, so I had to step up my protection to protect my very cosmic wanted sedge body. So I had to make this, and I'm actually making another one tonight with my pyrite spear. I got to figure out what design I want to use. All right. Yes, that first dark goddess, that first divine goddess is, oh, thank you, baby, thank you, is the dragon. But there's another perspective, that the sacred divine, which is the lost divine, which is the hurt divine, which is the confused divine, which is the divine that is so beautiful that she doesn't even see her own beauty, even though she portrays her beauty there. She don't see it in the mirror when she looks at herself. That divine will take her power of sensuality and use it and abuse it and hurt it, chasing sensation. Because we as hybrids are hypersensitive. So it's like when you meet a powerful sacred divine, she's like an adrenaline rush. She's always moving because we got so much energy. It's go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Because we always moving. We always transforming. We're always hitting, moving. I go through so many transmutations. The reason why I know as much as I know, because my sexuality level is really, really high. And with ascending in the rapture, you learn that you can't cover the pain. You got to heal it and transmute it. And once you do so, you never get tired of transmuting it because you have enough ingredients in your cauldron to transmute it, if you get my drift. So keep in mind, the second one is like a rabbit, the dark goddess that's confused and lost. These second layers of dark goddesses, the lost ones, get stuck in addiction, get stuck in bad habits. And the addiction can go from sex addiction to shopping addiction to drug addiction.